Hey, Curt Hennig fans, just want to let you know that the ending outro song is AI generated. Again, it is AI generated. Thank you all for listening. And remember, everyone, no one beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody.
You call me Mr. Perfect.
Hey, Curt Hennig fans, hello and welcome to another episode of Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. I am your host, Steph. Today on our Perfect Podcast, we're going to watch along to the KoKo Beware and Mr. Perfect match. What a great match this was, guys. I can't tell you how Curt just he sort of came out of a shell when he became Mr. Perfect, and I love it so very much. I really think this was also like the beginning of the Perfect Plex. So he added his own kind of style to the wrestling that he did from there on out. But before we start, if you would like to join me on my Rumble and YouTube channels, again, I am trying to grow these. Currently, we are at on YouTube 78,000 plus, so we're almost at 79,000. And again, when we get to 100K, I will be posting the other interview that we spoke about. So if you can join me on YouTube, that would be great. It's at 78,848 right now on there. And then on Rumble, I have 33 followers currently. And also, if you could follow me on my Black Magic Talk as well. All links will be in the description field. Right now, we are at 32,245,000 subscribers. I'm overwhelmed, guys, and so thank you very much. I can't tell you how much this means to me. So, but if you could just go over to on Rumble, there's 27, I believe, for Black Magic Talk. So if you would like to follow me on that, you are more than welcome to, and blessed be. Thank you for doing that. But if you are here for wrestling and only for wrestling, please join my YouTube and Rumble channels. All links will be in the description field below this video. If you would also like to watch me on Pro Wrestling Talk every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me and Angel Riviera, my host. He is such a great guy. I can't say enough great things about Angel Riviera. And you guys, this will already be past. So if you want to stop this, episode 51 will be with Angel that I recorded on a Sunday with Angel. Again, guys, I can't say enough about Angel Riviera. He's such a great person, and I'm very glad to call him my friend. And I think I just can't say enough great things about him. Also, this will also be passed, but because this is September 11th, 2024, or this is being recorded as of 9/11/2024. If you would please go to Angel in the afternoon and watch him. I know I'm doing a shameless plug, and you'll hear more shameless plugs later. Excuse me for just a minute. So if you would like to learn more about him, go to his he has a Rumble. It's called The Handsome Cynic. And then he also has the Pro Wrestling Talk with me every 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on every Saturday, unless it will be scheduled to change. And we will always let you know beforehand, probably on X or anywhere we can actually post that we will be taking a break, or we just won't be able to do this show that week. So if you could follow me over there, again, I am on Locals. You can follow me for free on Locals, or you can also support the show for $2 a month. Also, if you would rather do Cash App instead of my Patreon, you are more than welcome to. And I would like to thank Charlie Brown Politics for being my Patreon supporter. Thank you, Charlie Brown, for doing that. But if you would rather not do Patreon, that's okay too. You can obviously just go to Cash App, and my Cash App will be down in the description field. If you would like to give and support the show, thank you so much for doing so. I get 100% of that. And also, if you would like to give for Black Magic Talk, if you would like to support that show as well, one Cash App, and I will evenly distribute that between me and Matt. Okay. But if you just want to support this show, Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. My Cash App will be down in the description field. All right, let's get right to it. So, I know last week I said we were going to take a little break from WCW and we were going to get back into WWE or WWF at the time. And I think that this match between him and KoKo Beware, even though KoKo was sort of a jibber, I mean, he was on many pay-per-views. Not that I'm trying to discredit him. KoKo was a great wrestler. I just think that, they were kind of getting Curt ready as Mr. Perfect. So he would be Mr. Perfect, and he did a great job, I thought. I'm very happy with this match and how it progressed. It was kind of like a stepping stone for Curt. I know he had been Mr. Perfect. Now he would be like in October of 88 he would start being Mr. Perfect. So I think that he was, coming out into himself. He was becoming that character, Mr. Perfect. And I have nothing but great things to say about this, but we are again going to do four more promos. Some of them will be part of Curt's Mr. Perfect when he did his vignettes. Um, because I love the vignettes. Let's face it, guys. I love the vignettes. Okay, I love the fact that um they were something spectacular. They kind of showed off that Curt was really good at what he said he was good at. So, well, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay. I hope everyone can see this. So yeah, this is a promo with so it says 12/29/1990. So my guess is this was done after Survivor Series 1990. Curt, I guess, had gotten the belt back from Kerry, because as everyone remembers, at SummerSlam 1990, Kerry Von Erich would win the belt, the Texas Tornado. But it looks like Curt has the belt here, so um, yeah, we're just gonna to this, listen along to this, and here we go. I'm gonna turn this up because it's gonna be like awfully soft. Okay, here we go.
Mr. Perfect, that belt sure looks real good around your waist. A little upset, Tornado? Don't blame me for your inadequacies. I smashed you and beat you in the middle of the ring. I was simply a bystander, a guest announcer at the event. I didn't do anything. You, Piper.
Hey, Piper, supposed to be so rowdy. The people in Nassau Coliseum, they know what rowdy's all about. You perceive yourself and how vicious you've been in the past. Well, you listen to this and you take a look behind me with Virgil and Bobby the Brain Heating in our corner. I see only one thing for the $1 million man and Mr. Perfect. Victory.
So we're gonna turn that volume down. Sorry about that. So hang on, let me go right back. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay. I just didn't want to get that stuff in there. So let me take a 5-minute break and okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. Just trying to get everything together here. So if I do take some breaks, I literally will be right back into it. So this one, I actually featured in one of my theme songs, and if you go over to Rumble, you'll be able to hear that theme song that this has a lot to do with here. This is actually one of the best, I thought, Curt's promos with him and Lanny. um it's just it goes I mean, it's only like 41 seconds, but I think he says a lot here. Because you remember, guys, promos didn't used to be 10-15 minutes long. They were only like a minute to 2 minutes, if that. So I mean, and this promo is what, 41 seconds. So there's not much to say about these other than what we'll talk about it then. So I want to say to the first one that we did with him and DiBiase there. They were just getting ready for, I believe the Royal Rumble would be after December. So they didn't have really a pay-per-view, so to speak, in December. So I think that Curt had a lot of momentum, especially when he got the belt back. Of course, everyone knows that Ted DiBiase helped him get the belt back, but you know, Ted's like, I didn't do anything. I was just a spectator, that kind of thing. So, because I guess Kerry was blaming him for losing the Intercontinental belt, even though he had won it at SummerSlam. I wonder if there was some kind of push there that they might have been doing with Kerry. I'm not sure. Um, I'd like to think that they were pushing Kerry, but it's not fair that they stopped pushing Curt. Um, like I said, Hogan had a lot to do with that. So Hogan axed a lot of that stuff, which is stupid because he should have, Hogan should have faced Curt. There's no doubt about that. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I'm just saying that I think that Curt got the short end of the stick, especially when Hogan axed all that stuff. And it's just not fair to Curt. I just didn't think it was fair at all to Curt to do that, because I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to do this to Curt Hennig, where he had a push and, oh, you axed it because you were jealous of him. And I think Hogan was always jealous of Curt. Like I said in previous episodes, I definitely think that Hogan was definitely jealous of Curt, because Curt had more talent, he had more charisma. He definitely, I mean, if you put Curt and Hogan in the same match, I mean, their ratings went through the roof, and they were able to get people to come into the arena. So they're putting behinds in seats. Um, I don't understand, like, what the big deal was, why they couldn't, other than Hogan was jealous of Curt. I don't know why they would not allow Curt to do what he did. Also, I just want to let everyone know, and I will say this at the end, that I made an AI song. It's an AI country song about Curt Hennig. And I just want to talk a little bit about that before we go on to the next promo. So, guys, I wasn't really into AI. I didn't really want to do anything with AI at all. Um, I don't do any AI editing. I do all my own editing with like an app on my phone. So if it kind of sounds a little glitchy at times, I'm sorry. Until I can get a little more money saved up, and get proper or professional editing software, unfortunately, that's just how it's going to go for a little while. Um, but anyway, I never really thought about AI at all. And I just kind of, had this big brainstorm one day. I was like, what happened? What would happen if there was a country song about Curt Hennig? Because remember, guys, Curt loved country music. Okay. He adored country music. And I'm pretty sure if he had a chance, kind of like, I don't know if anyone knows this. My mom actually looked it up on Google because I actually shocked her that when he did that feud with Chad Brock. Now Chad Brock actually was a wrestler back in 1996. I think I saw like a brief match of his on YouTube, probably before they took it down for copyright reasons. But I mean, for a brief moment, he was a wrestler, and my mom looked it up, and he had an injury, a career ending injury. So he went into music and became a country singer. I think that, not that Curt should have had a career ending injury. No, I think that if Curt wanted to, he could have cut a country album anytime he wanted to. I mean, he could sing, he could, he definitely had the charisma to be on stage. I'm sure he could dance too. Um, and that's so funny because, I was just trying to reteach myself, because I do know some country line dances, but I literally forgot them all. And I was trying to I retaught myself because there's a French lady who on YouTube who does the dance is called Sweet Peaches, and they do it to Georgia Peaches. They do the dance to the song Georgia Peaches. And I learned it from her. Obviously, I don't speak a lick of French. Well, I don't speak it fluently. A little, like bonjour or something like that. But I don't know like a lot of French. Okay. But by watching her, I was able to learn the dance. It's called Sweet Peaches, and it's a really cool dance. Um, but anyway, we're talking about Kurt Hennig, not about me. But I actually did relearn it. At least Sweet Peaches. I know like the beginning of Four on the Floor, but I forgot the ending. So I'm like trying to reteach myself from a different video that I watched way back in the day. And like I said, I taught myself most of these dances by either reading a step sheet or going on YouTube and watching other people do it. Um, I think that's like the best way to learn country line dancing. If you're a very visual person like I am, you can learn like lickety split, you know. These dances are pretty, I think they're cool. Like so like when you do a certain move, um I just think they're cool to learn. And they were always to my favorite songs, back in the day because I too listened to country. So anyway, we're getting back to AI. So AI has helped me make a song or produce a song with I just put into the thing a country song, make a country song about Kurt Hennig. And well, and as you will see in one of my updates, a gentleman made a rap song about Kurt Hennig. I stumbled upon that one day. I was just like, I wasn't really even looking for it. I just kind of stumbled upon it. I think I was looking up My Perfect Friend from the Macho Man. And I love that song. That song makes me cry as well. So if you want to stop this episode and go look up My Perfect Friend from the Macho Man, such a great song. Makes me want to cry. Or it makes me cry every time. And I do, if you go over to Rumble, sometimes I will put that as my theme. Um, but mostly it's lately it's been the Rap is Crap song because I've been kind of, doing WCW stuff. So I wanted to kind of get away from his WWF theme and get more into his WCW theme song. That I mean, when he would come out in WCW, I was always singing Rap is Crap. And I will be singing that song, but that will be a Rumble exclusive only. So if you guys get a chance to check that out, just go over to my Rumble. Again, links will be in the description field. So anyway, I literally made or created a song with the help of AI, country song about Kurt Hennig. And let me tell you guys, when I first heard this, I thought, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome." It was so great. It literally it had all the fundamentals of Kurt Hennig, that he was, Mr. Perfect, and he was great in the wrestling ring. And well, the first one I made, the first one, because there is actually two that I made. The first one I made was it was just kind of like a few bars, from Robbinsdale's heart to, a wrestling ring. I couldn't, it floored me. But the second one I made literally made me cry, and it still makes me cry every time I hear it. I will put it at the end of this, and I'm just letting everyone know that it is AI generated. And again, I'll have a little spiel that says, it's AI generated. But I can't tell you how fundamentally awesome this song is. And I think if Kurt could hear it, I think he would love it. I think he would be like, "Yes, that's awesome. I can't believe you did that from AI." Um, because it sounded so great. And I mean, it's like right on point of everything that Kurt embodies. He is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He's he's everything that we see him as. And the song, I can't say enough about this song, but you will hear it at the end of the show. I'm going to make it my outro. So for here on out, unless I can make another one, I definitely will have an AI generated song just for, my outro. The other AI song, I might get that in maybe as like a brief 40-second theme song. But again, I would have to say it's AI generated, so I can appease the YouTube gods. And I found out you can promote with it too, even if you have, as long as you say it's AI on YouTube, you can promote your episodes. So we got the all thumbs up from YouTube on doing that. But I can't even explain it. You guys are gonna have to listen to it from now on because it's just so great. For Pro Wrestling Talk, I just made 2 new theme songs, one for YouTube. Well, it's not a song. The YouTube one is just voices. So it's like Hogan's voice, it's Undertaker's voice. I was just trying to get some, anyone's voice I could get. Hogan's is pretty famous, Undertaker, Roddy Piper is in it. And so I didn't want to do Curt because I mean Curt has his own separate show. So I just wanted to kind of, stress that it doesn't have Curt's voice in it. It has like Drew McIntyre's and Cody Rhodes, but it doesn't have Curt's because again, Curt is his own show. So so for Rumble, I actually did make another AI song and then put like videos in there. Raw, SmackDown, and then I have like one little AEW thing, but guys, I don't like AEW, and there's so many reasons why. And if you check us out Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Pro Wrestling Talk, you'll understand what I mean. So this episode that's coming up will already be past. So if you can, please stop this recording and go over to it'll probably be Pro Wrestling Talk 28, episode 28. Probably by then we'll be on like 30 or 32 or something. So if you want to, please stop this, but make sure you come back to this one and then check that out and you can come right back here. So, okay. So again, AI is my friend. I also, excuse me, I also made an AI of something I wish would have happened for my other show, Black Magic Talk. I actually made a country song about Wicca. So I think that's pretty cool that you can do that. I wish there was sort of like a Wicca song about that, but enough about that. We're going to talk about Curt. So again, this is a promo. It says April 9th or 0409, 1990. So I'm guessing this was done in April of 1990. Here's the funny part. In April 20th, on April 20th, 1990, I would have been 4 years old. So this is like right before my birthday in April. So I like this because the thing I just didn't like with Curt with Lanny is it didn't make any sense. Like why he would be with Lanny or why he would choose Lanny for like a manager when Lanny was a wrestler. I mean, he technically was wrestling at the time. I don't know if he was in 1990, but well, yeah, he was because there was that match between him and Curt, and then it was Hogan and Warrior. But he wasn't wrestling as much. Let's put it that way. He wasn't wrestling as much, probably as much as Lanny would like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna hit that and this.
It takes a special kind of person to be in the World Wrestling Federation. It takes a special kind of athlete. And I know one man who is the greatest athlete. And this man is not only the greatest athlete in the World Wrestling Federation, but a man who can go up on a diving board and do double back flips at 260 pounds. I'm talking about a man that's got a winning record longer than any other man in the World Wrestling Federation and still counting. I'm talking about Mr. Perfect. And it's right now is the time for the whole World Wrestling Federation to take a good hard look because I am what I say I am. And I am absolutely perfect.
Okay. Yes, he was absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to take a 5-minute break and I will get right back to you. Okay, guys. So, a little bit about the last promo we did. So great. I'm not sure when. I think that was after WrestleMania 6. So Brutus the Barber Beefcake would end up taking out his perfect record, though Curt said it was probably a fluke. And that's fine. I think I don't know why they would ask Beefcake to take down the perfect record, but I mean, he had it for over a year. And I mean, he came in 88 or appeared on TV with SD Jones, would be his first televised match. So he was probably doing dark matches before that, in and out between, I think he was still in AWA at the time, and he was probably, I'm not sure when he faced Lawler and gave up the belt for AWA, but I know that he was probably in and out and in dark matches and stuff. So when he finally comes to TV, and I looked this up, it's like September 13th in 1988 is when I first see him on, excuse me, on Primetime Wrestling, and it was against SD Jones, and I believe, excuse me, there were, I think it was Superstar Billy Graham, Jesse Ventura, and Gorilla Monsoon all at the announce table. I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure. If someone wants to check me on that, go ahead. Just give me a second. I didn't want to cough in anyone's ear. Um, so I think that was a great promo. I just I don't see the need for Lanny there. Like I said, Lanny was still kind of wrestling at the time. So I'm not really sure where exactly Lanny kind of fit in with all that. And if I'm sorry if this does glitch out, unfortunately I'm doing this not close to my router. I'm doing this kind of, out in my office, and that's a little bit away from the router. Plus, this all in one, it's been maxed out to 16 gigs of RAM. I can't go any higher. So I think my man wants to get me an HP all in one that has like 64 gigs. So for all you computer guys out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. The rest of you are like, huh? Um, anyway, so I apologize if it does glitch a little bit. Unfortunately, there's really nothing I can do until I get that other all-in-one. But so just bear with me, and we will go through this together. Okay, so this one, and I have to tell you, I love Curt's vignettes. I love them all of them, especially the pool one, the billiards one, especially the pool side when he was actually diving into the pool. I love the basketball one, which we're just about to watch. I love the golf one. I remember watching his documentary and watching the golf ball go around. It was like a total blooper. The golf ball goes around the cup, and and he's probably going, "Oh, so close." The bowling one, phenomenal, phenomenal. Though they had to edit because the one of the bloopers was he left a 10 pin standing. And as a former bowler myself, that's irritating. um, like everyone in my family bowled, from my grandmother to my mother to my father to my brother. So I mean, I would probably bowl too, and I did like bowl on a league, but I haven't bowled in years. So, but anyway, so this is the basketball one, and I think this is just all kinds of awesome. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Felton Spencer, center for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm here today to see if Mr. Perfect really is perfect. Can you play basketball?
Yes, he was absolutely perfect. That last one, I really honestly wonder how long it took him to do that. Because I mean, it looks awesome, right? I mean, he's like jumping and stuff, and um, I mean that's awesome. Here's the next one we're gonna do is the last one. Excuse me, and it is another basketball one, but it's like when he first came in '88. So, and that one was during '93. Um, he actually uh in 93 had some vignettes where he had a baseball one, um he had that basketball one, he had the football one, remember, where he throws and he catches his own pass, and that's so awesome. Not realistic, but I mean, but Curt was perfect, right? So he knows how to play basketball and he knows how to throw the football. And I mean, he actually played football in college and in high school. So, I mean, he knew all that stuff and could do all that stuff. I wonder how long it took him to like do that, where he throws it from behind and it just literally goes into the basket. That might have been a first take. For all I know, that could have been a first take. I don't know. All I know is that in 92 and 93, well, at least 93, he wanted to reinvent that character. So he wanted to show people that he was a good baby face as well as he was a good heel. So this next one, I mean, that was phenomenal. Like I said, I just wonder how long it took him, how many times it took him to do this, and it actually goes in. Like I said, that could be a first take for all I know. Okay. They didn't say anything about, how many takes it took him to just do this, and it just goes in the basket. Not on his documentary. They didn't say anything. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oops. That's not what I wanted to hit. So this is the other basketball one. Okay. I love this one because I love the shorts that he has on. And I'm like, why are you wearing a long sleeve shirt in a gym? Like, maybe it's a gym and it was cold in Minnesota. I don't know. Maybe it was in Minnesota, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm speculating, okay? Hang on 1 second. Okay. So I don't know anything much about this vignette except that it was, I mean, he's wearing a sweatshirt. Like, why are you wearing a sweatshirt? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was cold in the gym or something. I don't know. But this is another one, and I love this because he's like, when my mother, when the doctor handed me to my mother, she went perfect. I went, wait a second, Curt. I said that about my son too. I think all moms say that about their kids. Oh, they're just so perfect. So I'm not trying to like, pick on him or anything. It's a mom thing. We all do that. Oh, he's perfect, got, 10 fingers and 10 toes. Um, he or she. So I mean, I just think that's funny that he says that. When the doctor handed me to my mother, she said perfect. And I went, yeah, but I said that about my son too. um and I actually cried when happy tears, but I cried when my son was born. Um, so anyway, love this vignette, and we're gonna go ahead and watch it.
And yes, I am perfect in every way. In fact, when I was born, the doctor handed me to my mother, and the very first word out of her mouth was perfect. What else? Well, today I would like you to join me as I demonstrate perfect form on the.
I'm sorry. I know that's dirty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I mean, it always made me think of that, when he says that. But yeah, the mother line, when the doctor handed him to his mother, her first words were perfect. Again, I said that about my son too. Oh, he's so perfect. I think all mothers do that. I think all mothers say that about their sons, or children. They say that about their children. Um, so I just thought that was uniquely funny that he mentions, oh, when the doctor handed me to my mother, her first words were perfect. I think every mother says that. I don't think it's just limited to your mother, dear. Um, because I mean, like I said that about my son, and yeah, I did cry happy tears when my son was born. So, okay, so we're actually going to. Here's what's going to happen. So we're going to watch Curt's interview before the match, and then we're obviously going to watch them come out. So KoKo and them will come out, and then Curt will come. I think Curt comes out first, or I forgot who comes out first. I think KoKo comes out first, and then Curt comes out. Okay, then we're going to watch the match, and then I'm going to talk about it, and we'll wrap up. Okay, so let me hit a few buttons here. Okay, so for those who are going to listen to the audio only, we're at 58 minutes 21 seconds. We're on Saturday night's main event. Oh, sorry. Oh, be quiet. I hate when that does that. Okay, we're on Saturday nights. I'm sorry. For everyone on the audio, just give me a second. God dang. Okay. So we're on Saturday night's main event, January 7th, 1989. Okay, if that's for everyone who's listening, I'm sorry. Because of that, we are on 58 minutes and 23 seconds. Just because of the and whenever I share the screen, for some reason it just does that. So what you're going to see first here, or what you're going to hear first, is Curt's interview with Mean Gene Okerlund, and then you're going to go into, and like I said, I have this as like an intro where he says, "You call me Mr. Perfect." I actually like just recorded that and put it as a ringtone on my phone. And then I thought, well, hey, I could do that as an opening for YouTube, since YouTube doesn't mind talking. They just don't like music, copyrighted music and stuff. So I think this is a great match between KoKo and Curt. Of course, I will be doing some bonus content, which will be for Rick Rude. We're going to watch the Super Pose Down. I think we're just going to watch the Super Pose Down for however long it takes. Probably we'll do a little bit of talking in the beginning, but definitely we'll watch the Super Pose Down. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play here in a second. So for everyone who's listening to the audio, again, it's Saturday night's main event. It is season 5, episode 1, January 7th, 1989. Again, I was only 2 years old, because I wouldn't turn 3 until April. So that's kind of funny that I'm not even 3 years old yet. I'm actually 2 years old. Until April of 89. So April of 89, April 20th, I would be exactly 3 years old. Anyway, let's go ahead.
Mean Gene will have as his guest.
Okay, so Curt comes out first.
And we're also told now that joining the Hulkster will be his Mega Power partner, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and the lovely Elizabeth.
Well, that's great, McMahon. I'm fired up. I want to hear that
I
interview
love how
because,
Curt
like I said
looked in 89.
Federation. And
Don't worry. Just catch up with Cap.
Look at Perfect hammering away on KoKo.
Come on, Curt.
Perfect starting off real quick here.
Oh, nice hit toss by KoKo. KoKo scoops in Perfect, slams him down to the canvas. KoKo with a drop kick. Perfect to the. Oh, wow. If he ever goes sailing outside.
I'll say this Perfect's going to get upset because he likes his matches to go hit, and KoKo's giving him some trouble here early in the bout.
Perfect Lee, not perfect. Your grammar is something less than perfect, I'll tell you that. As KoKo backed in the corner, knee lift by Mr. Perfect. Look at this, Curt Hennig just hammering away almost at will now. Won't let him out of the corner.
Well, that's what Curt needs to do. Hennig needs to keep KoKo in the corner, do his damage. Don't let him get those aerial tactics going.
Come on, Curt.
Trying to find an escape now as Mr. Perfect continues to hammer away on the back of the neck.
You know, McMahon, I'm licking my chops waiting for this interview we got coming up in a few moments with Macho Man Hogan and Elizabeth.
Oh, really?
Oh, I can't wait to hear the explanation of what went on here. Ooh.
Well, the Mega Powers will join us, but KoKo is having a real good run at it right now, I think. And KoKo locking up with Mr. Perfect in the middle of the ring. Standing side headlock, grinding it out a bit. KoKo trying to set up Perfect, does indeed, shoves him to the rope. Coming off over, right back at him, Mr. Perfect, leapfrog, and look at that maneuver. Oh yeah, they're really going at it here. Oh, nicely done.
Wow, I'll tell you, KoKo is out wrestling Mr. Perfect at this point in the bout. Perfect's going to have to start getting a little dirty here, I think. 30? Yeah. Start bending those rules a little bit. Knee to the abdominal area. That's the thing about Curt Hennig you can watch. He has tremendous athletic ability.
That's Mr. Perfect to you, Vince.
Knowledge, and he knows how to bend the rules as well. He's quite the aggressor when he wants to be.
That's right. He's got that viciousness that everybody needs to win matches in the World Wrestling Federation.
KoKo with an elbow, and now Perfect in a buckle, but he fires off with an elbow coming out of. Really leveled KoKo with that one. That was a very clever maneuver.
Well, Perfect does wrestle pretty close to Perfect.
Look at that.
Look at that. A perfect standing drop kick.
And Frankie looking on as his master there. KoKo not doing all that well at the moment, at least.
And there ain't nothing Frankie can do about it. I've never seen him interfere
Oh.
in a match yet.
Frankie fly over here and perch up on your head, Jess. Do a little business, maybe. KoKo hammering away on the back of Mr. Perfect, trying to set him up off the rope now. Moves round. Yes, indeed. KoKo really coming on strong. KoKo trying to set up Curt Hennig. Has him in the near side here. Whips him to the far side, and here comes KoKo.
Ooh, wow. And I bet you KoKo will be chirping soprano now, McMahon.
Yes, I would suspect so. After stretching those hamstrings out, now Mr. Perfect with KoKo. With the
Perfect plex.
Look out. That's a perfect plex he talked about. 2, and he gets the 3. So the record of Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig remains just that.
With a perfect plex. That's what he calls it, McMahon. 1, 2, 3. And what's amazing, how this guy can pull a win out of nowhere.
Yes, he is the best there is.
Mr. Perfect is where it's at.
That's right.
Well, I don't know about that,
Don't
but
anyone
when we
forget that.
return, we shall have our interview with
All right.
Mega.
I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Stop sharing. So let me take a 5-minute break and I will catch you guys. Okay, guys. I am back. So, I can't say enough great things about this match. This match was everything it should be. It was a little short or shorter than it usually, like some of these matches can take forever, but I think because of, they wanted to talk to Hogan, they want the Mega Powers were just about to explode. So unfortunately, I think Curt was more of an afterthought, and I'd hate to say that because um I'm not trying to make him sound that way, but it just seemed like he was an afterthought. He wasn't really the main event, even though he was near the end of the show, which was like an hour long. We started at 58 minutes. But this match was great. I thought the match was awesome. It really brought out the details in, Curt's wrestling got exponentially better from, Portland to AWA to WWF and then eventually to WCW and then back to WWF. This was like the first time you got to see that perfect plex because he was sort of using it. Hang on a second, I'm sorry. He was sort of using the perfect plex, but just not calling it that. And then, when he would win, in 88, he more or less was doing like, I know we will watch the SD Jones match with him when he first comes in as Curt Hennig. There's also another match I want to do where he first came in, where he was literally Curt Hennig before they made him Mr. Perfect. I just saw it on X, so I just downloaded it, off of YouTube as fast as I could. We'll go over both of those matches because again, they're very, very short, technically short. Well, I don't know if the SD Jones one was as short. But I do know that, the one he does with this Ron guy, I don't remember his last name, but the one that I found today on X, through Monsoon Classics. Thank you for that. I actually put it on my X, so if you want to watch that match on X, you can. But we're gonna watch it here together anyway. But it's only like 4 to 5 minutes long, so sometimes my shows are going to be like an hour long, sometimes they're going to be 50, 40 and 30 minutes long. Everything I can cram into an hour span or whatever. So Unfortunately, this is probably going to be shorter than it was last week and the week before that, and the week before that with Angel and Kit. Those were almost 2 hours long, and that's because we were just talking and having fun. And I want to let my audience know that I will bring Kit Cabela back on. He is just so busy because everybody likes him. He's very talented. He likes what he does, and he's very, very talented. Um, just not with, liking wrestling. No, I tease him all the time. That's just a joke, kid. Angel, again, is my host for Pro Wrestling Talk. So, I can't say enough great things about Angel. He is also very talented in what he does. And, I mean, he's such a great friend. I'm just so glad to call Angel my friend. And I definitely will have Angel back on. In fact, this week, like I said, this is the 11th of September, 2024, when this is being recorded. So I will actually be on Angel in the Afternoon this Friday. Again, it'll be like a couple Fridays back. So if you would like to check that out, I will put Angel's links in the description field. I think I forgot to the one time. I do apologize for that. Where I said I was going to put that stuff in the description field, and then I accidentally forgot. But anyway, so I think that's pretty much all I have for this week. We will be back next week. We are going to watch along to pretty much it's the NWO's takeover of the Nitro. So Monday Nitro was taken over by by the NWO. And Curt has a match with Disco Inferno, and of course you have Rick Rude and Kevin Nash and Eric Bischoff at the commentary. So, and Rick kind of slips. He's like, "That was perfect." I'm like, I think you can say it's perfect. I think you just can't say he's Mr. Perfect in WCW. I think that was a big no-no. So yeah, we will do that next week, and then the week after, I probably will do some more either WCW because that was right before Starrcade when the NWO takes over because Nitro was up for grabs. So it was Eric Bischoff versus Larry Sabisco, and whoever won got Nitro. And guess who won? The WCW. And so we will watch. He was on December 29th, which was after Starrcade. So Curt would lose the belt to DDP. Of course, we watched along to that. If you would like to stop and watch that and then come back to this one, you are more than welcome. But we will in 2 weeks, we will be doing the December 29th, 1997. And then I may go back to WWF. I don't know. We'll see. And then I probably would like to do 1998 when he comes back. So when he first comes back in September of 1998, I think it's like September, or not September. It's February, excuse me, February 15th, I believe it is. So we're going to like switch between Nitro and Thunder because he's on both pretty much. And this is where he'll start a feud with Bret Hart because now Bret Hart will be in the mix and he will actually like he comes back on Nitro and or he comes out and then Brian Adams shows up and Brian's like, "You got a friend in this business, Brett. I'm still your friend." But then you don't see under his coat that he has an NWO shirt on. So actually Brian Adams becomes NWO that night and holds Brett's hand so that Curt can come in and hit him from behind. So I think these are some great matches coming up. And of course, we will be doing uncensored. There's so many matches I want to get to that I just think we need to take our time with it and kind of go, forward with it. But I just wanted to kind of get out away from WCW for a little bit and then get, into the WWF where he actually becomes Mr. Perfect. And like I said, we could do some, hiatuses from WCW and like literally just do the SD Jones one. And then of course the other match that I found today. We have room to grow. We have so much to yet to do. And we have not peaked yet. So But I thank Kit. If you would like to see episode 50, stop this one and go back to episode 50, where me and Kit Cabello watch along to Curt's matches with the ECW guys. And then the 51, episode 51, stop this and go back to 51. That was me and Angel. And we went over the WCW match that Curt has with Ray Traylor, or he was known as the Big Boss Man in WWF. So if you want to stop this one, just make sure you come back to it and watch those first. And then, we can go on to the next. But that's pretty much it for me. Everyone's going to hear shameless plugs. And then there's like a little AI spiel, because again, my outro, I want everyone to hear it because I think it's a great work of art. I even think if Curt could hear it, I think Curt would love it. I think Curt would love it because he loved country music so much. It was his dream to be in country music. He talked so many times about, doing an album or, cutting a country album or something. And I think he definitely should have done that. He definitely was my hero. So, so that's it for me, guys. You're going to hear shameless plugs and then a little AI, just letting you know that the outro is AI. And then you're going to hear the song that makes me cry every time I hear it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And again, we'll be back next week for another episode of Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind, and we're going to go over the NWO takeover of Nitro. But that's it for me. Remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Okay, guys, this is where we're going to do some shameless plugs here. So the first shameless plug, if you could please go over to my other show, which is Black Magic Talk. I will put the links in all the description fields. If you could just kind of browse it, if you are not only a wrestling fan, but you like Wicca or paganism, and you'd like to learn more about it. We just did some recent episodes. So if you'd like to hop over there, just click the link in the description field. If you would like to give to the Black Magic Talk Patreon, that link will be in the description field. And again, if you would like to have a tarot reading on the show, you can DM me on X. My link for that X will be in the description field. If you would like to do one off the show, you can also just DM me and I will give you my rate. My co-host is Matt Collins. He can also give you a tarot reading on the show or off the show. If it's on the show, all you would have to do is become a Patreon supporter for $5 a month. You get all kinds of perks. And again, we can let you know when you can come on the show. And if you'd like to do it off the show, Matt can definitely give you his rating for doing tarot. The next shameless plug I would like to do is, of course, Pro Wrestling Talk will always be on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is scheduled to change, but Angel and I will let you know on the Wrestling X. So if you would like to DM us at any time, me and Angel, my link will be in the description field for my Wrestling X, and that is for Pro Wrestling Talk, and also for this podcast, Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. If you would like to give to the Patreon, I have for Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. Again, you can go and look in the description field. It should be there. I have $1, $3, $5, and $10. The other show is just $1, $5, and $10. I'm sorry, it's $3, $5, and $10, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. But if you could give, thank you in advance. If you'd like to ask any questions for pro wrestling or Black Magic Talk, you are free to direct message me on X, or Angel, my host for Pro Wrestling Talk. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, unless it is scheduled to change, but we will definitely let you know beforehand. So, of course, this show, I'm going to do a shameless plug for this show. Again, $1, $3, $5, and $10 you can contribute on Patreon. If you would like to give on Cashapp, I will take donations on Cashapp, but direct message me on X if you'd like to do that, and I will give you my handle. So if you have any questions like about the show or any technical questions, you can always direct message me on my X, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. The next shameless plug I would like to do is for Hardlands Media, Kit Cabello, someone I call a good friend of mine. Please check him out. He is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, and that would be 10 p.m. Eastern. So 9 a.m. Central, he is Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on when you can catch him in a good mood for a Saturday brunch. If he does do Saturday brunch, I usually am sleeping or at work, so but check him out. He's really good on politics, and I have the pleasure of calling him friend. Some more shameless plugs. If you could also subscribe to Angel in the Afternoon. He does a great job on politics as well. And that's Angel in the Afternoon. And he's usually on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. That is also scheduled to change. If you have any questions about it, he'll usually let you know. And he will definitely, you can direct message him if you need to get a hold of him. The last one is Deconstructing. His name is Dave. I really recommend him too. He has a little podcast on YouTube. All you'd have to look up is Deconstructing Topics, and he does some really good stuff. I really recommend you guys check him out. Subscribe to everybody I just said here, and check them out. And remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Hey, Curt Hennig fans, just want to let you know that the ending outro song is AI generated. Again, it is AI generated. Thank you all for listening. And remember, everyone, no one beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody.
He walked into the ring, a legend set to soar. In the flashing lights you could hear the crowd roar. With a twinkle in his eye, a swagger in his stride, Curt Hennig, he was more than a star in their eyes. From the farms of Minnesota to the wrestling hall, he stood undefeated through it all. A father, a friend, a hero we'd see, perfect in the memories for you and me. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rise to his feet. Though he's gone now, a hero we see, perfect in the memories for you and me. In the quiet of the evening, stars shining bright, you'd hear tales of his glory, longing to the night. With a grip like a vice, and a smile that gleamed, he lived every moment like out of a dream. His days in the sun, and the nights in the cold, stories of Curt never grow old. Remember the laughter, battles hard fought, perfectly missed, but never forgot. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rose to his feet. Though he's gone now, a hero we see, perfect in memories for you and me. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rose to his feet. Though he's gone now, his legend's still strong.